Yeah, I put that link to that video in the chat. So just in case if anybody come in here and they watch that video, it just goes to show you. Let's get that. Make sure y'all go and watch that video. Go watch the video. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 10. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 10 from the Apocrypha, it says, never trust thy enemy, for as like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching. Yet, now look, now go watch that video. Everything that I'm reading out of this Bible is literally gonna come up in that in the video. And you tell me this Bible is real. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. Means you got to keep your guards up. You can't go about. If you notice when he pulled up in the truck of this so-called black man, the first thing that he said, he came up, he was talking so sweet. The first, very first thing he started doing is acting sweet and trying to act as nice as he possibly can. But he was nothing but underneath the surface, the real him came out. In that moment of pulling that guy over on a traffic, claiming that they said he needed to update his registration, insurance, and all that type of stuff on the car before, I guess I'm assuming before he can drive it, because y'all know how Esau is. He came up there, a dirty, sneaky, white, so-called Edomite snake, came up there and done that. You see the video, and plus I put the link in the description box down below. Go and check that video out. Immediately when you hear me say it, before you watch the rest of the video, or after you, well, you can choose to do it after, before, after. You can go check the video out. Make sure you, whenever you finish watching this video, go check that video out, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I put the link in the description, so anybody want to go and look at it, it's very disturbing. And you know what? I'm glad it ended the way that it did. I really do, because he had no business coming up there pulling that so-called black man over. And if you see it, the very end of it, it ended real horribly, because they have no business coming up to you, harassing you for no registration, and just coming up being fucking crouching and shit. You know what I'm saying? Look what it says. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped in a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. And neither let him set at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at last he seekest to take thy seat, and thou at last remember my words and be pricked therewith. I read that twice, the first part. My bad. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten, that biteth with that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity for a while? He will abide with thee. But if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. See that? That's verse 16 of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 16. And it says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagining how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find an opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend, see that? Go watch that video, y'all know what I'm talking about. Though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his hand and clap his and hold on. If if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend, that's a powerful part. He gonna act like he really with you. Though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He gonna undermine you by telling you like what he told him in that video. Can you please can you turn your truck off? Oh, he came up all sweet. How you doing today? No, he like, hello, how you doing? Could you get? And then he all of a sudden he went to getting loud. Put your hands up on the stone. Like just went to speak. Put your hands up on the stone. They had the gun in his face. I was so distraught by that video. I was like, am I really looking at what the fuck I think I'm looking at? I'm still trying to process the video what I looked at. The white man, the so-called white man, Esau, is that's why the Bible calls him the devil. They act just like animals. That's why the Bible said, "Be aware of those who come to you, and beware of wolves that come to you in sheep clothing." That's talking about Esau. Esau, go watch that video. Though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his hand and clap his hands. He will shake his head and hold on. I'm just trying to make sure I'm saying. Though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his hand and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. That's the part that I wanted to read. You got to be careful with Esau. Esau is the damn devil, and they definitely ain't to be trusted. Go watch that video click the link and go watch that video in the description box, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's called, what's the name of that video? I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna find out. But you cannot trust Esau. I'm gonna come back a little bit later on. I'm gonna talk some more about it. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk because I want to break it down some more and go and break it down into deeper details. Go watch that video though. You can never trust your enemy. Esau is the main number one enemy on the planet, and he is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Now,